everyone. We're here at the site premiere in LA. We're your hosts. I'm Allie.
And I'm Kennedy. Tonight, we are going to be talking to the filmmakers and actors who helped create this movie.
And a little bit later tonight, we're going to also join in on the Q&A that happens with those same creators at the end of the screening. We also have exciting news regarding tickets tonight.
The film comes out on May 24th, and if you buy tickets during this live stream, you will be entered to win a signed collectible and signed merchandise.
Yeah, they're signing those tonight, so you'll get to watch these actors, the filmmakers, sign the scenes from the movie. And for those of you that don't know what a collectible is, that's exactly what it is. It's a scene from a movie that you can own. So sort of like putting your name at the end credits of a movie, you get to put them in the credits of a scene.
Very cool.
Yeah, so buy your tickets, angel.com/site.
You must be 18 years or older to participate, and the rules are in the description.
All right, before we get started, we are going to watch a trailer for Sight. Hope you guys enjoy.
There was an uprising in my hometown.
好，邀请队伍来了，他们说要彻底毁掉大学。爸妈，你快躲起来！
刘旭，你跟我来。不要出来，等我来找你。
爸，我能帮忙。
待在这里。
爸说他们有可能把学校关掉了。
打倒赵老师。
你说我还怎么当医生啊？
I told Lily we would make it together.
我永远都会保护你。
你真的那么想？
当然。
Everything would be okay.
那两个小坏蛋在这。
别想海报我！
政府正在重新开放大学了。
让我们一起实现这个梦想。
These are our top students.
联系要去美国了。
It's hard getting into medical school here in the States, but you coming from China, don't waste your time.
I'm with you, Ming.
If I can help people out of the dark, maybe I can help Lily wherever she is.
I believe you're gonna get there. You may need to just let go.
Here we go.
I can see you.
We hope you enjoyed that trailer. People are starting to arrive, so we're going to hop over to Allie with our first interview.
Guys, we're here with Danny Wang. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Will you tell us who you played and tell us a little bit about the character and maybe your favorite thing about them?
So I play Ann Lee in the film, and she is Dr. Ming Wang's future wife. So at the time of the film, you see that they're first meeting and having a great conversation over the bar, and little butterflies, you know, all over the place. And eventually, I guess she becomes his wife. Oh. Yeah. So Ann Lee, she's the most lighthearted character probably in this film. So I'm glad that I get to be that one person. I know some parts of the film could be very heavy and emotional, and this is, you know, one of the very few roles that I played in my whole career where I'm not going through stress and trauma and just flirting, having fun.
What do you hope that viewers at home will take away from this movie?
Oh, man. This is a very important Asian American story. And I am an advocate for all Asian American immigrant stories. I mean, these are the American stories as well. So Dr. Ming Wang went through a lot. He did a lot to just, you know, being here, being himself, and just spreading love all over and healing people. So, I mean, I wish to see more of those people in the world. I hope this movie inspires you to, I don't know, do better, be a better human being, and, you know, deal with your demons, you know, go to therapy, all the good stuff, you know.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Well, we're going to sign a collectible scene for you guys right now.
Hey guys, I'm here with Colton Dixon, who sings the incredible end song of the movie Sight called Rest of My Life. Colton, can you tell me about how you got involved with this project?
I'm still not quite sure how it all came together, but it did. We wrote a song back in January called Rest of My Life, and it's kind of my life story, how I came to know the Lord and knowing that life would forever be different for me. And then I think one of the writers in the room had a relationship with Angel Studios and pitched the song, unbeknownst to all of us. And we get an email one day. It said, hey, we've selected your song to be in a movie. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. It's not out yet, so we probably should go finish it. But we're so thrilled to be a part of such a great film. We love what it stands for. And my wife and I got a sneak preview of it as well. So we're excited to see how the song kind of fits in with the movie we already love. So, yeah.
It's a beautiful song. I think it just adds to the movie completely. And you guys just filmed a beautiful music video, which came out. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it on YouTube. How was the experience of filming that video?
Man, I mean, you pick a beautiful location like that, it's hard to get bad content. So we were out in the hills of Idaho and in Moscow, actually, and it was just gorgeous, you know, just rolling green hills for days, and had so much fun filming that, getting to meet the producer and the director of the film as well. They came by, we sat down together and talked about the film and what the song means to us, what the film means to us, and it was just a really beautiful day. Yeah.
As people watch this film and listen to your song at the end of it, what do you hope that they take away from it?
Man, even just as a fan of the film, what I took away from it is never stop being inspired to do what you feel called to do. I love that this story is one of perseverance, and even though you have to walk through some things in your past, like sometimes those things can help you launch forward in your future. And yeah, I'd left this film, even just the preview of it, very inspired. So I hope that the song even just amplifies that moment for other people. And yeah, just continue to be inspired. Yeah, that's it.
Well, it absolutely does. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And everybody, be sure to stick around to the end credits so you can hear Colton's song and stream it on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yeah, check it out.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm here with Mia Swaminathan. Why don't you tell the audience who you play?
I play Kajal, a blind orphan who lives in India.
Oh, and what was it like for you trying to get into that character and kind of understand who they are?
Well, it really helped wearing those contacts because I was putting myself in Kajal's shoes.
That's amazing. And what was a favorite part about being in this movie?
My favorite part about being in this movie was working with all the actors.
That's so fun. And is there anything that you hope that the audience members at home will take away from the movie, a message or anything?
Yeah. That Kajal, she didn't have it very much, but to always remember to pray to those people who don't have it.
Thank you so much for sharing. It was so good to meet you. I thought you did amazing in the movie. Yeah, have a good night.
I'm here with Sarah Yee. Sarah, can you tell me who you play in the movie and a little bit about your character?
Absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Sarah, and I play Lily in the movie Sight. And Lily is part of the flashback portion of the cast, and you kind of get to see her and Dr. Wang, which is the main character of the story, kind of go through this young love. And how that really affects Dr. Wang later on in life.
So beautiful. Your character has such a presence in this story, even just being in the flashbacks. As audiences at home watch this film, what is one thing that you really hope that they take from it?
So Sight follows Dr. Wang's story, how he came from practically nothing to the brilliant man he is now. And I can't say for everyone, but especially for me, I think it taught me that I can work hard. And if I work hard, even if I come from nothing, I am able to achieve success. And he is just kind of like a mentor of sorts in that way, an inspiration.
That is so beautiful. And you absolutely killed it in this movie. You did so well.
Thank
So congratulations. We're going to have Sarah sign a collectible scene that one of you at home will be lucky to win.
I wonder which scene you guys are going to choose.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see it. You look beautiful. I love this scene.
I think this is my favorite scene of
yes.
the movie. Yes. Uh-huh.
This is one of my very favorites. So you
Oh
can
my
just
God. I have a fun story about this scene. So
please tell us.
So we filmed it on a public beach, and while they could kind of lay off a little bit of the beach for us for the filming, most of it was still public property. So we had this lady, for some reason, who had like 10, 20 dogs. I think she was like a dog sitter or something. And she just kept throwing the bone in the ocean, like in our frame for some reason. And then we just couldn't get the dogs out of the way. I think a dog ended up coming up to us, and he was like messing up the sound system because he was like scratching around. And I think one of our ADs had some bacon on him randomly, and then he somehow got the dogs to just get away from the scene, and we were able to film that.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. Were they cute dogs?
I didn't get to see. I was too busy trying to figure out how to do the scene. Yeah.
Well, you killed it. So you can just take the pen off the top, yes, and then you should just be able to sign it anywhere. Amazing. And then you can put it back on. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have so much fun. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for being here. How does it feel? You're finally here.
Yeah, it's it's a milestone. As an immigrant, Chinese American immigrant, to have my immigrant story put on American mainstream media, and collaborating with Angel Studio. What can better film than a film called Side be put out by a studio that is committed to amplify light?
That's amazing. And you got to be on set a lot, right?
Yes, I was during the shooting. I was there the entire time. I was making sure, they say, "Oh, Ming, we're going to find an actor to play you." I said, 2 conditions: good looking and young. And they say, "Why?" I said, "It's got to be factual, right?"
You're right.
Right.
So when you were on set, was there a favorite moment or a day that you were like, this is my favorite day?
There are many favorite moments, but one favorite moment was when Terry Chen, who portrayed me, and talked about in the laboratory the struggle between the past and present, and realizing that at the end we're limited as human beings. We have to be humble and asking for God for help.
That was a good scene. That's a good day.
Yes.
And what was it like for you, working on a film about you?
It's a very humbling experience, yes, and to see the world-class artists, in producer David Fisher, Darren Moorman, director Andrew Hyatt, and Terry Chen, Greg Kinnear, put their lifetime dedicated to the art to tell my story. It's not just my story. It's all Asian American story. It's all immigrant story, and it's all American story. Because we are living in a country with so polarized. We need to work together. We need to love each other despite the difference.
I agree. That was beautiful. Is there anything that you hope people take away from this movie after they've seen it?
I would say probably 2 things. One is there's a wonderful technology now can restore eyesight in many of us, and sight is such an important sense. And Sight the movie talk about an invention of one such technology, which has transformed the world and helped restore eyesight in millions of patients. But also, just having a technology is not enough. We have to help those who need the most help. Inside the movie, we identify that group, which is our blind orphan children. So it's about the technology, human side, but also it's about helping those who need the most help, blind orphan children.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was so good to see you again.
Okay, yeah.
Have a good night. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. But
Okay, so we're watching it again. Good.
Yes.
Enjoy the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
So.
Guys, I am here with the David Fisher, executive.
What's up, Kenna? Yes, here we are.
Here we are again for the second time in a week.
I know. I thought that last week, I think we were in Provo.
Yeah.
Right? It was extraordinary. It was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Illuminate.
And now we're here celebrating the release of his film Sight. David is the executive producer. Can you tell me a little bit about what attracted you to this story?
Well, when you hear the story of Dr. Ming Wang, you can't help but be infected by it. It is this story of perseverance, hope, and really helping people understand that one person can make a difference if they open themselves up to something greater than themselves. And that's what this story ultimately is about. It's the ability to open yourself up to a greater power. I believe it's to God and to our faith.
Yeah, and you guys did an absolutely brilliant job telling this story. And I think we have some visitors joining us on the carpet here.
Okay.
We do! You guys can come in here. Can you introduce our friends?
Well, this is my family, okay? So I had 8 children before I went to make this movie. I came back from making this movie and now have 9 children. It's so beautiful. And so look at my little one. So I've got Thomas and Maria and Therese and Matthew and Grace. Oh, you got to come over here, Grace, so you can be seen. She looks so beautiful in this dress. And Charlie, Henry, Audrey, and little Felicity. And of course, my wife. Come on. My beautiful wife, Laura. It is great. So we are a family of 9 children and the 2 of us, and we couldn't be happier. We just couldn't be happier.
Amazing. You all look so beautiful tonight. Can any of you tell me how excited you are to see this film? Have you already seen it?
We've seen it multiple times.
Can you tell me and the audience at home why they should go see this movie?
Charlie? I've got it. Got it.
I think this movie just really accentuates the fact that we all have this past, this darkness, but we can all be brought to the light through Christ.
Nice. I love that.
Thank you so much.
So excited. Lizzie, how excited are you? Say, I'm so excited. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. It's so nice.
You know what's pretty cool is for this premiere, my son has been studying in Italy, and we surprised the entire family by having him fly in from Italy on Mother's Day a couple days ago. And I want to say this, there's no way, since we're in the glow of Mother's Day, there's no way that I'm able to produce a movie like this to go forward without extraordinary mother like my wife, an incredible partner of mine, someone that has always supported me. My kids are my greatest fans. When I leave and travel and do all the things that I do, they are rooting me on, and you can see it kind of in their eyes. It is so fun to be able to do your work with an incredible family. So I couldn't do this without them. And to all mothers and to all children out there who are supporting, and fathers who are supporting a movie like Sight and the making of movies that Angel Studios is doing, thank you. Thank you for the work that you put in there, the Guild and Friends of Sight, Friends of Angel. We just couldn't do it without you, so thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for being here and letting your dad do what he does to bring inspiration to so many people.
All right, put it in. On 3, we're going to all say Sight. Ready? Ready? Say it nice and loud so everyone hears. 1, 2, 3, Sight! All right.
I'm here with Leanne Wang. Leanne, can you tell me who you play in the film and a little bit about your character?
Yeah, I'd love to. I play the young Lian, which is Dr. Ming Wang's mom when she was young.
And how was that to play a character who is a real person?
Yeah, I think it's definitely challenging, but I got a lot of inspiration from my own family. I think my grandmother was about the same age during the time that Dr. Ming Wang's mom was in the time of the movie. So I was able to channel in my own grandmother in that she has this compassionate heart. She's no BS, but she's also knows the reality of life, and she wants to cushion all of that for you. So yeah, I just basically played my grandmother.
Amazing. That's so special. Were you able to talk to Dr. Wang about his mom?
Yeah. He showed me many pictures of his mom, and it's so amazing. She had the same haircut, and at my audition, I wore similar clothes as what she was wearing in the 1970s. And there's a lot of similarity, even just the way that we look and the way that we carried ourselves. So it's amazing to be able to portray her in this film.
Yeah, that's kind of like a perfect fit. You just had the essence of his mother. That's so beautiful. In your audition, did you read the description and you were like, oh, maybe I should throw on some 70s clothes, or was that just a coincidence?
I went into my family album and I basically look at what my grandma was wearing, and I know this might be a little cliche, but like I channeled in my own like mother instinct because I was a new mother. Being on set, I had a 15 months old and I had my son in my tummy. So being on set, I was just like extra motherly charged, and this just came naturally.
That's so beautiful. I'm sure that brought so much to the character, so much realness and rawness to it. That's wonderful. For the audience at home, what is one thing that you hope people take away from this movie when they see it?
I think this is really a story of hope. I think no matter where you're coming from, struggle of life and challenges in life is inevitable. So no matter what that is, you really got to hold on to the hope that we have and continue on and to persevere. And also to know that everyone, everywhere around the world, we are more the same than we are ever different, and to accept that and to learn from each other to bridge that gap.
That is so beautiful and exactly what this movie said to me. So thank you so much for being a part of it and sharing such a wonderful message with the world. We're going to have Leanne sign a collectible scene that one of you can win at home. All right, so you're just going to take the pencil off the top and then just sign it wherever you want to sign it. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Hi, everyone. We're here with Dan, who is a co-producer on Sight. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. Thank you.
Good. So what was it about Sight that drew you in, that made you just feel like you had to be a part of it?
Well, I think there's definitely the representation angle that means a lot to us. I mean, my wife and I, our production company specializes in Asian American content. It's something that we've been doing, we say, before it was cool. We like to say that. And, we've really had a moment recently. And something like this is so special because this is probably the first Asian American faith film that I can remember ever being released on such a scale. So we're just so thankful for what God is doing, for having an opportunity to show another diverse community within the kingdom, and to just share different stories with people and testimonies from other countries. It's something that's really special to us. Yeah.
That's amazing. What was your favorite part of the production process?
I think for us, my favorite part was the script writing process, just because that's where we had a chance to read the book, talk to Dr. Ming, really just get to know him and understand what his story was, where his heart was with the film. For me personally, my father was an Asian American doctor, so he actually stepped in a lot of those same footsteps as Dr. Ming. So it's a very personal story for me in that sense of like understanding that era and the discrimination that people felt and the hurdles that they had to overcome. But I think all of it is beautiful because it's really an American story, right? The America is a country of immigrants. It's a patchwork of people from different countries. And it's just something to me that's very special when we all get to show the American dream in our own way. So as a child of the American dream, it's just something very personal for me to be part of this film. It is such a packed house. I'm so happy to see everyone came out, and just the groundswell support behind this film is so important. I want to see more of this. I want to see films with the Latino community, the African American community. We already have some, but I'd love to see more. And I feel like the kingdom is like that. It's so diverse, right? There's so many different stories that can be told, and I'm just so thankful to Angel for championing this film, and hope that we'll do many more together.
Thank you so much. It's a beautiful film. I'm so excited for everybody to get to see it. Thank you so much for your work on it. Awesome. You as well.
Guys, I'm here with Andrew Hyatt, the wonderful director of Sight. Andrew, it's so nice to have you here tonight.
So good to be here. Look at this. After a long journey, here we are.
A very long journey, I'm sure. How long ago did you guys film this?
Oh my goodness. Well, it was at the very beginning of COVID. So that was 2020, 2021. Yeah, we're probably on 3-4 years now. So it's been a journey, but here we are, and we're very proud of the film and really excited to be here. And Angel Studios has been incredible, and we're just, grateful to be part of the family here.
Amazing, and we're so happy to have you. Can you tell me a little bit about what attracted you to this story?
Sure. Well, obviously, Ming's story is incredible. Truly, the man lived like 10 lives in one, right? It's amazing. But my grandmother was actually born in Shanghai and grew up in Shanghai. And so I always had this kind of piece of me, growing up, kind of culturally speaking, it was always a part of her kind of decorum in her house and everything. It was a very important part of who she was. And so it's amazing because I've always wanted to tell her story or tell a story like it. But as you can see, I'm not sure, not on the list a lot of times for that kind of a story. But Ming and David Fisher, the producer, had seen a film of mine called Paul, Apostle of Christ, with Jim Caviezel and James Faulkner, and they just fell in love with it, and so they reached out, and after a few quick conversations, we felt like this was a team to collaborate on, and it's been a journey, but amazing. So, yeah.
Amazing, and congratulations. It is such a beautiful film. And our audience at home here, what do you hope that viewers take away from this film?
I think just the reminder of the difficulties of others, watching Ming's story coming from nothing, and then changing the world and changing the lives of millions. It's such a good reminder of we all have incredible gifts. We've all been gifted with incredible things that we just need to let them shine. We need to let them out. And I just hope it's really inspiring, especially for a younger generation, that, working hard and just using the gifts given to you, can change the world and be encouraged in that. So, but yeah, just really excited to be here. This is incredible. So
yeah, we're so excited to have you, and congratulations on a beautiful film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good?
Yeah, so we're also going to have you quickly sign. So this is a fun thing that we do. So you can buy collectibles is what they call them. So we're just going to have you sign one of these scenes.
Yep.
We're giving one away.
Okay.
So I'll just have you take the pencil off. And yeah, you'll just take the pencil off the top, and then you'll just sign the scene. Yeah. Beautiful signature. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're here with Terry, who plays Dr. Wang. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's a great celebration tonight.
So what drew you to this story? What made you just feel like you needed to be a part of it?
So many things, truly. I mean, when I first read the script, it was immediately engaging because of the immigrant story. Not only that, but story of perseverance, of faith, of transformation, themes that are relevant not only to me, but the world, to my kids. It was an honor and a privilege to portray Dr. Ming Wang.
He was on set, I heard, most of the time. Is that right?
Yeah, every day.
What was that like for you, portraying him while he's in the room?
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Did he give many notes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was the greatest resource that I had. And, everything that we did was trying to bring authenticity and truth to the portrayal of his incredible story. And thankfully, he was there to give us the thumbs up or thumbs down. So it was easy. Yeah, it was easy to have him there. So it was great. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite moment from set?
There were many favorite moments. Absolutely. I think the biggest joy that I get out of the process is the collaboration, the sharing of these stories, and to amplify light and inspirational stories. We rarely have this opportunity, and the fact that we got to do it in the film medium where it can be passed along to generations is so special.
It's amazing. Is there anything that you hope people will take away from this film after they watch it?
I hope that people take away the fact that we are all connected. We all suffer the same, hardships in life. We all want the same things for our families and for ourselves, and we find common ground, and somehow, hopefully, this film can move the needle a little bit in whatever small way to bring people together in that sense.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. It was so good to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Guys, I am here with the beautiful Rachel Tan, who is a co-producer of the film site. Can you tell me a little bit about what attracted you about this story?
So first of all, it's an amazing, amazing story. It's like an outlier, one in a million, like person who came from nothing and invented something that changed lives and gave sight to like millions of people. So that's amazing. And I looked at the character in the script, and I saw Terry Chen portrayed Dr. Ming Wang. Yeah, and I feel like it's so rare that we get an opportunity as an Asian American to be able to show so many facets and to be playing a layered character. He's just not just like a doctor who's smart, but he's so much more than that. He has come from chaos. His recovering from, if you watch the show, recovering from trauma. You know, he has his family ties. He has so much internal conflict, and so I saw these kind of characters that were more representative of us, and I was like, okay, this is good. I want to jump in. Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard a lot tonight from the people that we've interviewed about how important that representation of the Asian American community is, and this film does such a beautiful job.
Especially, yeah, because like a lot of America is actually built by Asian Americans too, just like together with other races, and we're all one, right? And the last generation came to live the American dream and build America together with everyone else. So I don't see those kind of stories represented so much on screen, and to be able to see one, we jumped on the opportunity.
Yeah, and to be part of such an impactful story, you should be so proud because it's a beautiful movie. For our viewers at home, what do you hope the audience takes away from this film?
There's so many things, but I think like one thing that we all resonated with in the team was that, you know, that your past is what makes you. You know, sometimes when people are going through all the hard times like Dr. Ming, like it's unfathomable. I mean, I've not gone through that, but I think like him being able to overcome it and use his past and make the most of it. And I don't think like if he didn't go through all that we'll be able to have Dr. Ming and we'll be able to have a cure for blindness around the world, you know? So I think like everything happens for a reason, and like, you know, just keep the faith.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Here we go. Okay, so you can sign anywhere you want, whatever you want it to say. Yep. That's amazing. And then I'll swipe to send it off to the team. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
I am here with Darren Moorman, who is the producer of Sight. Darren, can you tell me a little bit about how you got involved with this film?
Yes, David Fisher and I met years ago, and he called me and said, hey, I want to tell you about a story. And I flew to Nashville, and I met with he and Ming, and I heard the story, and I just fell in love with Ming. I fell in love with this. It's really a human story. I fell in love with every aspect of it, and I was like, this is, you know, the kind of movie that I want to make.
Amazing. And I think that this movie captures, we've talked to a lot of people on the carpet about the representation for the Asian American community here. How was that to have Ming be so involved in the process of the film creation?
Well, first of all, we had to have Ming for it to be authentic. I don't speak Mandarin, so, you know, had we done it in Cantonese, no, I'm kidding. But, you know, we needed Ming for the authenticity. He's the only one who grew up in that area, in that time that we knew. And so he was really a gift to the movie, as well as just an amazing storyteller himself.
How does it feel to be here tonight after, I think they said you filmed it during COVID? And how is that to be here tonight to celebrate the premiere of the film after a few years?
You know, I just love the journey that films take us on. And I think the timing of this movie is perfect because, again, I view this as a human story, period. When we see what Ming overcame, I believe that we can look at our own journey and say, if he overcame that, we can overcome whatever we're going through. So it's a thrill to bring this movie out.
Absolutely, and I think the movie does such a great job at capturing that. For our viewers at home and our guild members, what do you hope that people take away from this film as they watch it?
Yeah, so my hope is that they really look at this story and see the incredible journey that Ming went on, and what he went on to accomplish after he pushed through. And so, and I believe that God's put it in all of us to do amazing things in this world. And if we just push through the difficult times, that there are great things on the other side of that.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for bringing us this beautiful movie.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations.
May 24th in theaters nationwide, Canada. Go see it.
Get your tickets now. I'm here with Donald Heng. Donald, can you tell me who you play in the film?
Yeah, I play young Jinsheng, who is the father of our protagonist, Dr. Ming, in the flashbacks of the scenes in the movie.
How was that to play a character that actually exists in real life?
It was interesting, and obviously I couldn't have complete creative control over it, and Dr. Ming had a lot of input into shaping who his father was. Obviously, I had my own take on it and stuff, but it was an interesting role because I've never played someone who actually existed in real life.
Yeah, I'm sure that's such an experience. Do you have a particular quality of your character that resonated with you?
Yes, absolutely. I think this movie, to myself, was also a tribute to my own father, and how I approached it was to really put myself in the place of my father, and the sense of tough love. The sense of really loving your child but not being able to show it because you want them to grow up to be strong. That really resonated with me, and really with Chinese culture, that is really how you're raised. The parents really don't really ever show you love, but you know that they love you.
That's so beautiful. We've heard a lot on the carpet today about the importance of the Asian American story being told in this movie. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It really does, because there are so few of these stories out there, you know, and it is really a really unique immigrant story, and one that really mirrors my own experiences and the experiences of my parents. And so it means that much to me, you know, and kids grow up and they don't believe in themselves unless they see someone like themselves on screen, and that is a continuing battle for Asian Americans, and I believe that this movie is going to help in pushing that narrative forward a lot.
Absolutely, and it's such a beautiful film and shows so much versatility of the characters and your character as well. You did an absolute incredible job. For the audience at home, what do you hope they take away from this movie?
I hope that everyone watches this movie and is inspired to never give up on your dreams. That's the obvious part, but also to appreciate their parents more and appreciate every little thing in their life more, because when you watch this movie and you see the struggles that someone like Dr. Ming has gone through and is able to still persevere and go through all the obstacles that he's gone through and succeed, it really drives the human condition to just push harder for that one thing that you really want. And obviously, from my biased perspective, being the father, it gave me greater appreciation for my own parents when I watch this film and when I partake in this film, and I hope that that's what people take away from it.
Absolutely beautiful. I think that's exactly what this movie captures. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I am here with Jack Chow from iTalk BB. He is the CEO. Jack, can you tell me about how you are involved with the movie site?
It's a very interesting story, long story, but I want to cut it really short. I met with Dr. Wang like 3 months ago, right? Over the breakfast. When I heard his story, I was deeply touched. Not only he did so much for science, bring like more than 1 million people from darkness to sight, more importantly, he's working so hard to promote this movie, try to get the mainstream to understand who we are. So I feel like this is really my story. So that's why I'm really touched. I determined, I want to do something for the movie. That's why I talked to David, a producer, and Andrew Studio, Jerry from Andrew Studio. We decided to work together to promote this movie, make this very successful.
And you guys are the sponsor of tonight's premiere.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
That means that there's a company serving a Chinese community stands up. We want to do this together. We really appreciate this opportunity, especially Andrew Studio. It's amazing. You did a great job. So without Andrew Studio and the guild members, it would not even be possible, right? So I think really appreciate your effort. That's our turn. So we got to do our effort as well. I think it means everything to us, right?
And our guild members at home really appreciate you being here and bringing such a beautiful story. What do you hope that as they watch this movie, they take away from it?
Okay, so I think I want them to see the true value of our Chinese immigrant. See our going through all the hard time, we struggle with it, and see us a very high family value. So I want them to understand we are one of them. We are one of the American Chinese, but we are America. So we share the same value. We are part of a society. That's our goal. Yeah. By the way, I become guild member as well.
Oh, you did? You're a guild member. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Member, yes. I really enjoy it. Yes, it's great. Yeah.
That is beautiful. So now you get to vote on films.
Yes.
And you enjoy that experience?
Absolutely. It's great. Also, there's an investment opportunity as well. So they just raised 1.35 million within a day for the movie site. This is really cool. I really love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is such a wonderful opportunity to have a voice in films that mean something like this one does. So thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Yes, so nice to meet you.
Would you be willing to sign a scene with this? It's you. Would you sign it for them?
What do you mean by signing?
So you take this, and then it'll just let you sign right on there.
Sure. How much do I get paid for it? I'm kidding. Yes. Yes, of course.
At home, how much? Let's start bets. No, or not bets. Do you like
wagers?
Wagers, yeah. Sign there, and then I
bids
to send it off.
Sweet. Yeah, sounds
You're
good.
amazing.
I'm gonna do my Chinese one too.
Oh, that's great.
I gotta do a better one than this.
Okay.
This is not good.
You can erase. There's an eraser. Yeah.
I haven't written my Chinese name in a while. Let's start with English. Sweet.
Oh, perfect.
Send?
And send it off.
That's cool.
Thank you so much. Someone is going to be so excited.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thank you. Guys, I have the pleasure to be here with Ali Wang, Dr. Ming Wang's wife. Ali, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, indeed. It's my big pleasure, my honor. Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your husband's journey to make this movie?
Yes. Yes. Actually, after the movie is done, the movie was shot during pandemic time in 2021 in Vancouver. And then back to last year, last year in May, my husband decided, actually got inspired by a dear friend in New York. She's a celebrity. She said, Ming, you should put your movie and take it over, all over the country, let people see. It's called pre-screening, let people know. And then my husband, yes, I want to do it. So he's a very busy eye surgeon. He has to see the patient, but he has put it down a little bit because I remember very, very clear, every Friday morning we get up both at 3 a.m. Normally I sent him to the airport. Then he started his tour to promote, to go to different states. And every weekend through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he promoted 5 to 6 show times, 3 times. Yeah, 5, 6. So then back to Monday early morning, I just go to the airport to pick him up. Then he just back to the office. I send him back to office directly because he has to see a patient and then do the surgery as a normal surgeon. And then again, every Friday we just get up 3 a.m. again. So for 12 months so far. It's incredible, but I'm not very good at this because sometimes I complain a lot.
Yeah. An amazing effort to make and promote this movie to share such an important and wonderful message with so many people.
Kennedy, thank you.
Of course. How is it to have a movie about your life and your husband?
Yes. My husband always have the ambitious, he said, as Asian Chinese, I never forgot where I was from, but I really appreciate this great country offered me too many great opportunities, like, went to the best school and become the doctor, whatever. He wants to tell his story to, first to the Asian community to show as an example, to inspire other Asian Chinese to speak out and talk about their story. Because if you don't to speak out your story, nobody knows in this open society, right? But Chinese culture is like to parents tell kids that, oh, don't you need to be very humble. Don't talk whatever you've done. You just to do it, take action. So a lot of Asian Chinese, they don't quite understand. They thought he's very to promote himself, but actually it's not for himself. He really wants to do something as a first example, and to encourage other Asian Chinese can speak out their story.
Absolutely, and I think that this movie does such a beautiful job at that. So thank you so much for sharing with me and talking.
Thank you.
Yes. Hey guys, I am here with Dan and Rachel, who are co-producers of the film Sight, and they are going to sign a collectible scene that one of you lucky winners at home will win. So you can just take this, just take the pencil off the top and sign it. You can take this. Yes, a little confusing. The flower. I know, such a beautiful scene. And then you, hopefully I don't draw off this. That would be bad.
Thank you.
Take the same thing. We'll remember Lily. of the movie.
The movie. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
And thank you, Angel, for giving it the best home we can ever get, the greatest home we can ever be in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We had a wonderful evening with so many people that were excited to celebrate the release of Sight. We now have a giveaway winner.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Congratulations. We are going to throw in a little plot twist for you guys and do another giveaway winner. Ready? Congratulations. We are so excited for you guys. We hope you enjoy your merch.
And if you didn't win, but you still want to get some Sight merch, you can go to shop.angel.com/sight to pick some up.
We also still have tickets available, so go to angel.com/sight to get those now. The Q&A started, so we're going to hop in the theater. We hope you guys enjoy that.
Okay, well, we're going to do a quick Q&A. We want to get some feedback from everybody. We have here on the panel, obviously, Dr. Ming, his incredible story. David Fisher, producer of Sight. We have Terry Chin, who did an incredible job portraying this wonderful man. Like Dr. Ming says in one of his videos that we've been advertising, he looks just as handsome as Terry. No doubt. We've got Andrew, the wonderful director. This vision came to life because of Andrew and then obviously our dear friend Darren Mormon, who's come in and helped produce this with David. So we're going to jump into some questions. And then we'll take questions from the audience of things you guys have. But I'm going to start with Dr. Ming. It has to be a very... when I contemplate like my life and my history, it has to be a very vulnerable process going through and remembering everything and going through and processing everything and then documenting it with David over the years in this book. How did you get to the point where you were able to take that leap?
Thank you, Jordan. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. We have shared experience of learning part of China's history and also journey of immigrant that many of us share. It's not just my stories, our stories. And also I want to point out my better half, Andy, my wife, is the audience. Andy, could you stand up, raise your hand? Oh, she probably just stepped out. Oh yeah, she's back there. We did meet for the first time in that Japanese restaurant with that wasabi guy. That was all true. Jordan, your question is that you want to know the impact of having...
Yeah, how did you take that leap of faith to emotionally say, I'm going to go and not only tell my story in this book, but now on the silver screen to the world? Like that's a very vulnerable decision to make.
Yeah. As an Asian American immigrant, our habit or genetic tendency is stay quiet. We work hard. We are model minorities. And we kind of stay in the background, have a good work ethic. But I come to realize that that's not enough. America is a free country, and people need to speak up and communicate and contribute to the American mainstream society. So I want to, through telling my own story, encourage all of the immigrants, Asian Americans, to tell our stories. So my main motivation, my why is I want to inspire this and next generation Asian Americans to tell our stories, to be part of America.
I love that. Thank you. It looks like we have a special guest ready to connect with us, the incredible actor, Greg Kinnear. So we're gonna patch him in. How are we patching him in? How's this gonna display? There we go. There he is.
I can't.
Greg.
Yes.
It is so good to see you. Awesome.
Is this actually working?
This is totally working. I'm amazed myself.
Wow. Okay. I've always wanted a 30-foot head on a screen. I am the Wizard of Oz. Well, it's hello, everybody.
Awesome. Well, give it up for Greg Kinnear and his incredible performance. Well, while we've got him on here, Greg, I guess I'll go to you next. What inspired you to take this role and be a part of this story?
Right. Well, I first of all, Jordan, you and I haven't officially,
No, we've never actually met, but I've been a fan for years.
And I'm so, I'm very grateful, as we all are, for Angel Studios, obviously, taking a lead on this thing and putting it out. It's an incredibly inspiring story. Darren Mormon and I had worked on a movie before a few years ago, and had a really great experience with Darren. And he sent me this in kind of very much in COVID. I would say it was the very tail end, and I was very isolated with my family, as we all were. And we were, going through all of the trials and tribulations that we all kind of went through at that time. And might have even been a little woe is me for myself at that time. And I read the script of Dr. Ming, of course, and was just, it put things so immediately in perspective. It was such a beautiful, heartfelt story that is of course, amazing in terms of his own journey to find his way to this country. I honestly, I get emotional talking about it. It's really a beautiful story about perseverance and the fact that he found his way to this country and obviously gave back in the way that he did. There's plenty of riches and money and all of that for people with enormous brains who can do amazing things. And, I think Dr. Ming's story is remarkable in the sense of how he ultimately, how much he's given back. And of course, that's highlighted in the movie. It's beautifully told. Andrew does a great job of walking you through the history of his childhood. By the way, I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm missing every fun thing. I talked to Terry the other day. He's always like in some great fun place. Hey, I'm in Toronto. Hey, I'm in. I'm not getting to do any fun stuff. I am working up in Vancouver, which is where we actually made this movie, and it's a wonderful shooting environment up here. But this is a tough story to tell. And Andrew, along with the team, really did a remarkable job, I think, kind of finding a way to tell it and to get it out there. And again, so grateful to now have an opportunity for an audience to see it.
Thank you. Super grateful for you as well. David, you've obviously been with this story you've been with it so long that you're like, I almost feel like I might know the story better than Dr. Ming himself. Yeah, but tell us about how you got involved, and then what was the driving force for going for really so long? I mean, you've got a beautiful family. Let's give it up for his incredible family here tonight. And what kept you going year after year after year after year after year after year?
Yeah, that's right. It's been 10 years, Ming. It's awesome. You can't help but be deeply inspired when you meet this man. I've got to imagine that, in life, when we come across people that are like set up to make a huge difference in this world, and you're in their presence, something happens. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but you meet someone that might be famous, or you meet someone that has done something special, and you have this feeling in your gut like, it's powerful. It's just a powerful moment. And I had that moment back in 2014 when I just sat over a dinner, and Ming's story, as I remember it and recall it, just washed over me. And what was powerful about hearing the story that you just watched was how much, in some bizarre kind of a way, that I felt connected to that story, Ming. I mean, I remember that. I remember feeling like there were things in my past myself that were holding me back, and it was how you were fighting for peace and healing in your life. And that was part of the project, getting into the autobiography that we explored. And then to bring this into an actual feature film, it's nothing short of a miracle, making a feature film, to actually get it first off written, made, and then to find a partner to get it out to the world. I mean, Angel Studios has secured us 2,000 theaters. 2,000 screens are going to be showing this movie. That is a major, wide theatrical release. And so for me, it's been a friendship that began pretty small, and we just took steps along the way. Trust was established, and we brought, I think, the trust and the friendship here, then bringing Darren in, Andrew in, Terry in, and Greg. I mean, this was a powerful team, and we all were in it. Like Greg said, we were all doing this during COVID, and to be close to one another was critical. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Terry, I wanted to ask you a very specific question, and maybe it's even a little bit too vulnerable of a question, but I'm going to try. Were there parts of Dr. Ming's story that you could personally identify with that allowed you to encompass that character so well?
It was a daunting task, but it was such an honor and a privilege to portray, such an incredible human and his accomplishments. There were many aspects of his story that resonated with me. I'm the beneficiary of first generation immigrant parents from Taiwan to Canada. I've endured, various forms of discrimination growing up in North America, but, nothing compared to Dr. Ming. It brought a lot of hard memories back for me about my childhood, but it also reminded me that I was able to persevere in many ways. And Dr. Ming's story was an inspiration to remind me of that and face my own trauma from childhood. So yes, it absolutely resonated personally, and it was a really cathartic process that still to this day, I mean, this was the second time that I'd seen this cut, and it felt very emotional watching it.
It's wonderful. Give it up for Terry, guys. I'll get to you, Darren, I promise. Andrew, obviously there's the process of his story and getting to know his story really well. But there's also a process for you as a director to come in and learn his story and then put your own kind of flair into it and get it onto the screen. Talk to me through that process.
That's a very good question.
I think that for me, the journey of being able to work with these two, they were such long collaborators that I was coming into kind of a wonderful creative collaboration already. That they had set up so many wonderful things that just don't usually happen in these projects. So the fact that they had kind of already set the path so well. And so for me, I think it allowed me to really focus on casting, getting that right, which I see a lot of wonderful faces here tonight that are in this film, and they're all incredible. And I think that it just allowed me, they did a great job giving me the space to really focus. And like David said, I think the beauty of this story was it is so relatable, right? There's something deep in me that, okay, I didn't grow up in China, I didn't go through the same things Ming did, but as David always says, you can go back to your own past, you can go back to your own traumas, if you will, or your own difficulties and obstacles, and you can pull something out of that and say, dang, I've been, for me it was like, wow, I've been really lazy with my gifts and my talents. And I think so many of us could say, who had the privilege of growing up in this incredible country can say, I have gifts and talents too, but I watch this story and I say, man, am I really giving them back, to the world? Am I really sort of sharing what God's given me, what these gifts and talents are? So I think
based on this movie, I think you are.
I appreciate that. But yeah, no, it was wonderful. And so I think, you say, is there a flair? Is there sort of a what did I put into it? And I think it felt like such a responsibility to do the story justice and to really get it right and to bring this from the book to all the hard work over years and years, to the screen in the way that I and so many collaborators. I mean, I saw Michael Balfrey, our amazing DP, and Dan O'Brien, our amazing editor. I mean, there's so many people. Sean Johnson, our incredible composer. Just so many people come together in this team and just and if I can just kind of lead and say, hey, I think I have an idea, and then they bring all their gifts and talents and make it 10 times better. It's probably 1,000 times better. But it's truly a gift just to be part of. So I'm just grateful for this team and the fact that, yes, we get to share it with the world is exciting. So thank you to Angel Studios as well.
Thank you. Okay, Darren, here it comes. You've obviously been a part of, and produced many great films in your career.
Thank you.
Talk to me through how Sight is unique and why it was important to you.
Well, I thought we could tell a story that was really a human story. That, as I put it, has an Asian feel, U.S. appeal. But ultimately, it's just a human story. We all are going to face obstacles. We've either faced them or we will face them. And I love Ming's story because it's through coming to faith that Ming saw the light. And those are the stories that I want to tell. And so I just approached it, in that way. David brought me to the team and Ming, and the first pick was Andrew to come. Yeah, I've known Andrew a long time, and he said yes. And then along the way, I find out, Greg, if you can still hear me, I find out while we're in quarantine in Canada that Ming's favorite actor of all time, not making this up, is Greg Kinnear.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, he's just a text away. And the hardest part of the negotiation was getting him to come quarantine for 2 weeks. And thank you, Greg, for saying yes to quarantining. We did get him a Peloton during his, so he was very fit when he got to set. So
best shape of my life. Best shape of my life.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. We're obviously we don't want to take too much of everybody's evening. We've already been here for a while, but we did want to get maybe one or two questions from the audience. Stay on, Greg, just in case some of them are directed towards you, but wanted to make sure we get some questions from some of the audience members. Hand just came up there. You got a mic, Nicole? Okay, awesome.
My name is Daniel. When I saw this film, I cried. Dr. Wang, this movie really touched my heart. I could identify you, what a struggle a Chinese immigrant had to come here and excel in your own field. At the same time, I get a message. But what we're seeing it right now in the United States is what's happening during the Cultural Revolution. Right now, the progressive and many of the students is just like those students during the Cultural Revolution. They want to destroy the culture. They want to destroy the tradition. I want to commend Angel Studio to get the message out. What happened in China, the Cultural Revolution, is going to happen in the United States if we do not have the faith. Do not get this message out, because this is very dangerous happening in the United States. I want to commend Dr. Wang to bring the role model and let the American audience know Chinese American are American. They're just like other Americans who are patriotic, who love America, who want to make America great again. Thank you.
Maybe I can briefly comment on this. This film is meant to be a story, a lens seen through a 6-year-old, 14-year-old, and adult Ming. The focus is about the story itself, and focus is about the experience of going through hardship that all of us as human beings share, and how to overcome. The message of the film is indeed about freedom. Who appreciate sight the most are those who used to be blind. This is a film about sight. Who appreciate freedom the most that we have here in America are those who used to not have freedom. So the film is not necessarily political commentary. It's more about the human story and around something that we all share, our life struggle, how do we overcome, setting a higher goal, seeing beyond our pain, Kajal, seeing beyond our circumstance, my parents at the time during Cultural Revolution, seeing beyond ourselves, so that the world is not just myself, it's about helping those who need the most help beyond myself, those blind orphan children, seeing beyond our own culture, learn about all cultures, and seeing beyond our polarization. We're so divided as a nation, it may just need to take an immigrant, a story of someone who used to not have freedom, to wake up America. We're living in a beautiful country. There's so much positive about this country. We should look less on the cup is half empty, but look at more. That cup is full. Let's appreciate America by being more willing to work across political aisles, racial divides, and ethnic divisions to find that common ground we all share is that all as human beings we desire love, peace, security. Thank you.
Let's get one more question.
The question is, what happened to Lily? In my autobiography, actually, it was two young ladies in my book. One was the childhood Lily, that was childhood one, in the childhood part of it. And I even recently found the old photo with her when we were both 6 years old. And the teenager Lily actually was a different girl that I actually felt, in love, attracted, and as a teenager. And the writer, director, Andrew put them together into one person because, the space in the film. And if you read the book is exactly as it is. We have to tone down the Cultural Revolution to protect the actors and filmmakers. The Lily's father died in much more brutal way in the hands of Red Guards, and Lily was taken away, was never found. During Cultural Revolution, 20 million was sent away to labor camp for lifetime of hard labor and poverty, and over 10,000 were either dead or were never found.
That's one you can't really clap at after. It's hard. My stomach's going to turn on that. Let's not end on that question. Let's do one more question. Let's see. A hand's over here.
Hi, this message is for Greg. Was it hard to learn the scientific terminology and language that Ming speaks? And second question is, was it hard with the rabbits? Did they run around the set?
Yes. Yes to everything. Don't work with rabbits, young actors in the audience. I know you're thinking to yourself, hey, I want to work with rabbits someday. Don't. Big mistake. And yes, it would be better. I'm a fairly simple guy, meat and potatoes fella. So yes, some of the terminology that doctors use is quite painful, but it was a process to try and make it feel as I don't know, as honest as we could make it. So that was the job. While that's the last thing I'm just going to say to Jordan, because it just occurs to me, since we've got a movie called Sight, and you guys have all seen it, and we're everybody likes a good marketing angle. Jordan, these people are all sightseers.
That's right. There you go.
I just hand it over to you. I mean, it's gold. I just give you gold.
You're hired, Greg. You can come on the Angels team right now. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Greg, I want to tell something about Greg on the set. We will get to and Greg was on there practicing a little bit, and David was watching, Darren watching, Andrew. And then in the middle of the practicing, before shooting, somebody wrote a card of dessert. Remember that? In the corner of the room. And I was just watching on the side, and I saw Greg was eyeing in that dessert, was distracted, was not focusing on his lines. And finally, here's what Greg did. He said, Ming, a question. Did the real life Michelle like dessert? I said, yes. Without miss a beat, he just went straight to the dessert. He got to be in character, he said.
Always in character. Thank you, Ming, for pointing that out.
He's a method actor.
Method.
Well, good. We're so grateful for everybody tonight coming out. This film is coming out Memorial Day weekend, next weekend. The biggest thing that I want to iterate before I pass it over to David is you are the word of mouth. This is the start where you go and discuss it with your friends and your family. This film was obviously approved by the Angel Guild, which is 300,000 members and growing very, very rapidly. The Angel Guild, they are the alternative to the old Hollywood gatekeepers. We're trying to create a system where the Angel Guild is given the power to be able to greenlight projects like this, get them distribution, get them out into the world. And so we could not be more grateful for their support and your support as we get this out into the world. So let's give a huge round of applause to this incredible team. And a huge round of applause to all the cast and crew and everybody who came. Please stand up.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tanny, Luann, Dan, Sarah.
Go ahead, David.
I'd like to invite iTalk, BB down, and Jack, I know that you wanted to prepare one final comment for us.
Yes, and a huge round of applause to iTalk BB. You guys, thank you so
iTalk.
much for sponsoring this event and being here. And not only sponsoring this event, but actually helping get this film out into the world to so many Asian Americans.
I know everybody's really tired. Okay, just want to one more thing. iTalk is a company serving over 2 million Chinese in US and Canada. So I want to do this presentation award to Dr. Wang for his outstanding achievement, not just for what he did, cure so many patients, but for his desire, a determination to make his story to Hollywood theater. I think that's the best way to tell people who we are, who are really, we are Chinese, we are our value. I think for that, I really want to give this award to Dr. Wang. Thank you for your contribution.
Let me read this award. Jack told me it's the first time that I Talk BB have given out this award. And there will be many more, I'm sure, with folks have done better job than me. 北美杰出华人精英奖. Darren, if I got wrong, let me know. 2024 awarded to Dr. Ming Wang in recognition of his achievement and outstanding contribution. I just want to say two things. One is about I Talk BB. I Talk BB set a great example for all of us. That is, we all want to support Asian Americans. We all want to support immigrants. We all want to support the growing diverse culture of America. But I Talk BB is one example that they not only say it, they do it. They do it, they step up to sponsor a premiere like this. They did sponsor last week in Toronto as well. So Jack, you and your organization under your leadership is setting a good example of do it, supporting it. And let's give a big hand for I Talk BB.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Second thing I want to briefly talk about is why, and going out of this room, we're living in a beautiful country. As Asian Americans, we're part of the fabrics of America itself. America is just as much our country as anybody else. As immigrant, the site is suggesting two ways so that we all can participate in a full-fledged way, part of being American. Number one is do things outside of our own circle. Contribute to American mainstream society, to help America solve mainstream problems, such as you see an example in this film. Many folks in America could not afford health care. I'm trying to do what I can to help that with medical charity. So do things outside our own Asian American circles. But second, not just doing it, but being willing to talk about it. We need to recognize this is a free society. If you don't tell folks about what you've done, they would not know. So not only 做到, 说到要做到, do what we say, but also 做到还要再说到, also speak up, tell our stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. If you notice at the beginning of the movie, the angel logo, ironically, the background is the skirts of the Statue of Liberty. And anybody who knows that quote, it's, give me your tired, your hungry, your huddled masses who yearn to breathe free. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks again, you guys. This has been so much fun. Don't forget to get your tickets at angel.com/site.
May 24th, Memorial Weekend. We'll see you there.
My mic guy would kill me if I dropped that on the floor. Bye, guys.